Hey guys. Today's been a really bad day. I just don't. Had a breakdown earlier. And I just. Today is a really bad day. Where I'm having suicidal thoughts. And I'm not actually going to do it. I would never actually commit suicide, but you can be suicidal but not actually think about it, like plan it, you know what I mean? This is the problem with mental illness, is that sometimes there's triggers, sometimes something brings it on, and sometimes it just comes on by itself for no reason. Or a reason that you didn't know was a reason brings it on. Everybody thinks I'm going to fail when I go up to school. Because I'm 5.5 hours away. Everyone thinks I'm going to fail and I won't be able to do it. And, you know, they keep saying, you can't come home after 2 weeks and blah, 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 blah. And, you know, they're worried that I'll fail. And a side effect for me with my anxiety and depression is I'm dizzy a lot, lightheaded. And I even sometimes pass out. Not very often. But my mom is terrified. I can't do it. She knows that I'll be a good nurse. She knows that I can do it. I can get the smarts and I can do the good grades. But I know she doesn't think I'll be able to do it with my anxiety and depression. And I know my grandparents don't. And my dad seems like he's the only one that doesn't think about that. But I don't know whether he's lying to me to say that to make me feel better. Where, you know, he says, you can do it, Teresa. You just got to set your mind to it. You know, I'm not worried. I'm not worried. I'm not worried. I don't know whether he's just saying that to make me feel better, or whether he really believes it. I don't know. And that makes it even worse, because I don't know whether to believe him or not, or whether I overthink it, which is part of my anxiety, is I overthink everything, you know. Someone says something and I overthink it, you know, like especially today, I'm just overthinking every little thing, and it fucking sucks. Like I said earlier, I had a mental breakdown in the car. I had a breakdown in the car where I'm screaming and I'm crying and I couldn't handle it, and I'm shaking and it fucking sucks. Pardon my language, but it really fucking sucks, and I wish it would just go away. That I could be a normal kid, you know. My parents separated. I was verbally and emotionally abused growing up. I was bullied all the time growing up. I was physically assaulted growing up by my peers. I developed anxiety and depression, and I couldn't continue to do normal school. I didn't do normal high school. I did it through an online program. I have no friends because my friends have all moved away for college. And every day I wake up and it's a struggle every day with my depression. It's a struggle every day because I think to myself, what the hell am I going to go through now? What the hell am I going to have to deal with now? Are we going to have panic attacks today? Are we going to be super ultra dizzy and lightheaded? And then your mother is all, oh, of course, you're always like this. You're always like this. And that just makes you feel even worse because you can't control it. Or are you going to have suicidal thoughts today? Like, it always you know, in days like today where I don't think I'll be able to do it. I don't know if I'll be able to do school. And then on a normal day, I'm like, yeah, I can do it. I'll be fine. But what if I'm not fine? What if I physically can't do it? What if I get up there and I just can't do it because, you know, the doubt is getting in my head, and all the doubt from the people and myself is getting in my head, and I can't do it. You know, I sit in my room sometimes and I pray. I literally, and I'm not a very religious person at all. I pray to God that I would wake up and not have the issues I have. I wouldn't have my OCD. I wouldn't have my anxiety and depression. I wouldn't have my ADD, my ADHD. Or that I would go back in time to when I developed it. Or sometimes that I would have been born on a different night and something would be different. I pray to God that it will go away. But it's never going to go away. I'm always going to have it. And that's a reality I have to accept, and I have accepted it to a degree. But there's still those days where I wish that it would just go away. I don't know. You know, if I've done DBT therapy, I've done CBT therapy, I've done therapy, and I still have these days. And it's hard. It's really hard. Especially when you can't control it. You know, and then when you can't control it, you have to control other things. Because you can't control your own mind. You know, I talked to my mom earlier. And it makes me feel like shit because she can't do anything. And she gets upset because she says to me, Teresa, oh, I wish I could take this pain away. I wish I could just take it away from you, baby. And you know, you can't. But she's also one of the biggest support system I have. She is there if I need a hug. She's there if I just need someone to talk to. She's my everything. And it's days like today where I'm grateful that I have her. Because even though she can't do anything, even though she doesn't know what to do, her just being here, and me knowing that I can talk to her, and, you know, she doesn't realize it, but when I go up to school, no, I can't physically hug her, but knowing that I can just call her up and say, Mom, I'm having a really hard time, I need someone to talk to. That little thing is what makes me know that I'll be able to do it. That little thing is what gets me through the days now, like today, knowing that I have my mom, that I have someone, even if she doesn't understand it, even if she doesn't get it. Not that she can, she doesn't have these issues, so she can't get it, and, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. But she really is one of the biggest support systems I have. And if you are out there struggling, you know, I hope you have a support system too. I hope you have someone that you can talk to, and someone that you can have a shoulder to cry on, and vent to, because you can have all the therapy in the world. And you can do all the therapy in the world. But if you don't have that one person that you can always go to talk to get a pat on the shoulder, to hug, to, cry on their shoulder, if you don't have that one person, then all the therapy in the world isn't going to make much of a difference. I mean, it will. Don't get me wrong. Having therapy is an amazing. It is an amazing tool that people with mental illness should do. I used to be, no, therapy won't help. Therapy won't help. No, I'm not going to go. No. But it does. It really did help. David was the best thing that ever happened to me for my mental illness. He made me realize I wasn't crazy. He made me realize there was something wrong. Before him, I couldn't say that I had anxiety and depression and OCD and ADD and ADHD. I never said it. I just, nothing's wrong with me. I'm fine. And I remember one time one of my teachers said, just said that she had anxiety disorder. And he put me in DBT and CBT, and he connected me with Haley, and he connected me with Arden, and then Arden connected me with Nina, and I got connected with Samantha through CBT or DBT therapy. It's a whole family. And even though that I know that I can't always talk to them, I know they're there. I have a support system if I need it. Which you need to have a support system. Especially days today, and today it just happens to be my mom as my support system. So if you are struggling, come take it from someone who didn't think that therapy would work, who didn't think that, talking to someone, some stranger, would help me feel better. It does. I used to be in that boat where I was fine, there was nothing wrong with me. Meanwhile, I'm having panic attacks all the time, and I'm dizzy and I'm lightheaded, but there's nothing wrong with me. Physically, there was nothing wrong with me. So I didn't want to admit that it was anything mental. And maybe for you it's not anything. But if you struggle with anxiety and depression or OCD or ADHD or PTSD or anything above, therapy is one of the best tools you can do, as well as having a support system. And if you guys ever want to talk, if you guys ever need someone to talk to who understands, even if it's just to get stuff off your mind and vent, I'm always here. Because I get not feeling like you have somebody that understands. So if you guys need someone, I'm here. And you can always talk to me.